because we do have a board meeting. And are you going to share your screen?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're inviting. Okay, 1 second.
Okay. Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. We're very glad that you're able to join us. Those of you who are with us live, very happy that you were able to make it. Those of you who are seeing this recorded, also glad that you are watching this. This is a topic that is very near and dear to our hearts, because the more people who know ADHD, who know the challenges of ADHD, who can get diagnosed, who can get the services that are needed, the more people are going to be rocking this world and making a difference. So it's very, very important. You can see on your screen, ADHD Awareness Month is October, and the theme this year is moving forward with ADHD. I'm joined by Evan Kirstein, who is the Evan. What's your role?
Membership chair.
Thank you. And I had it written down and then I just totally forgot it. And Jill, you are the volunteer chair. I'm the research chair on the board, and I'm also the director of ADHD Awareness Month. If you're unaware of that website, we'll put that on the forums, but it is ADHDawarenessmonth.org. So this is we're doing this in August in anticipation of utilizing the information that is provided to you so that you can move forward with ADHD. You can move forward toward sharing information about ADHD with people in your community, online, with your clients, and in the process, make a difference and build your business. So we have 4 learning objectives today. The first one is we're going to be identifying the positive impact of outreach and education during ADHD Awareness Month, which again is in October. We're going to be identifying various options and local and online events for ADHD Awareness Month, things that you can do. We're going to be talking about the planning and logistics and marketing of selected events. And again, these are events that you are going to be putting into place, and we're going to be giving you lots of ideas. And then we're going to be determining how coaches might follow up after the event to build their coaching business. Again, the topics that we're going to be covering, we're going to be talking about the reasons. Why would we even plan an event or an activity for ADHD Awareness Month? What's the advantage of doing that for other people and for our businesses? We're going to be talking about what happens before the event planning. Who is involved? Who are we going to be talking with? What exactly are we going to be doing? How do we figure out the logistics of it? How do we market all of this that we're going to be doing, whether it's a one-time event or a kickoff for a series of things that we're going to be doing? And then during the event, how do we inform people while we are in the process? How do we connect with people? And then after the event, how do we stay connected? We're going to be sharing some ADHD awareness resources. And at the end of this, we are going to be having a question and answer opportunity. So on the next slide, please mute yourself if you're not already. Write any clarification questions that you have or thoughts into the chat box, and we will be monitoring that. But if there are general questions during the question and answer time, go ahead and write those down. And then when we have that time at the end, go ahead and share those questions. Probably there are other people who have many of the same questions. So, you're asking those questions are going to help everybody. Please respect others' ideas. We all are coming from different places and different thoughts, and please share your ideas afterwards in the ACO forum, which we will be monitoring and adding to.
Is this me, Roxanne?
This is you, 5
All
through
right.
7.
I get to talk. Yay, coach's favorite thing. Uh, so the big why. Why are you doing this? This is a service that you provide for people, and why are you doing this for a company? Why are you doing this for a group of people? Why spread the word of ADHD information and kind of quelling misinformation? It's going to benefit you and it's going to benefit them. But where you're coming from is to serve others. And you have the heart to do this. You became an ADHD coach for a reason, and it is to grow a population and develop them. And also ADHD coaching and legitimizing the knowledge, the process of coaching. And overall, that's the biggest thing, is that you are going to do this for other people as a service, and in turn you get to market your business, and everyone's going to see that your business is creating this event, and it's something that you push. Instead of look at me, it's look what I'm doing for you. Look what I'm doing for you. Well, look what we have for you. You can learn from this. You'll grow from this. And having an event that is either paid or complimentary and free will be a service to a group of people. So we're going to share where you get reliable information, dispel myths, because a lot of people are thinking about what their friends tell them, or culturally what they believe. They may had a misinformation from a professional or a paraprofessional, and we want to set the record straight and be able to normalize ADHDers and their behavior. Create hope for them is that heart that you bring along, especially because they didn't go to a regular, when you're working with a client and you're talking to them, they're not going to a regular coach. They're going to somebody that has heard stories and able to bring them along in a journey. And they will want to hear about your journey and how you have developed yourself and how you dove into this, this great education and great service, and adding this service to the public. And you're going to kill that shame monster that a lot of people have had. And they're going to come there thinking that this is my narrative, my story, I am bad at. And you get to show them what the difference between a symptom is and the reaction to a symptom. And we're all human and have reactions, yet it doesn't need to hold us back. We do have the ability to look at our symptoms and observe them and move forward. And it's one of those beauties that you're able to provide for them. And that is going to build the resilience among people. As we said before, you're going to be, a well of information, and the resources that you are going to bring to the table are going to just excite them. And I'm sure that they may only get to, 1/3 of it before change is occurring within them and they've decided to take action in some form. So note that you'll be able to be a provider of information. They're going to come to you, or they're going to send somebody to you for information. With what we do in this positive realm of work that we do, we're going to build their strengths and empower them and teach them how to nurture their nature. And at the same time, you're building your business. So it's a twofer, and you get to be excited about that. So let's look at who your audience is. Who do you want to address? Maybe it's a niche that you're already filling, or a niche that you want to fill. Keep in mind that you'll want a channel for this, and you'll know, hey, I have a link to lots of professionals, and because I used to be a blank in this area, and I know that I can help this area out, whether you used to be an educator or you used to be a type of connected to physicians. So keep in mind how you're going to go forward with your business with one of these audiences. That one is blank. And you don't have to have an organized event. This is what we are asking to do, but it's ADHD Awareness Month. And the thing that we are providing for you, and we're going to send to you or make available to you, is a presentation. And you get to mold this presentation into how you want. You can add slides, take away slides, change slides. They're yours to use. It's just, things that are out there to make it easier for us to spread the word. Yet on the way to the event or making your own event, you can do something out of the blue. If you're a face-to-face person and you want to have that event, create it, or ask a business if you can help them and have a booth in front of their business or a school. Have flyers ready, have, you know, stories out, do it online and with the social media channels. You're creative, and we trust that you know what your favorites is going to be. And finally, have I overdone mine?
So the slide order is kind of out.
Mm.
So is this 8 or 9? This is
We're
9.
going 8 or 9.
This-
Go for it, Jill.
Okay, I'll just go for it. So it's truly making a commitment to yourself and to the people you want to reach. Sometimes that can be a little, as we know with ADHD, executive function challenges, how to get started with this. And once we get started, it's so much easier. But it's about truly what we say to our clients: set a date for yourself. Start with, you know, choose that calendar and keep something you're going to be able to continually take a look at. And on this calendar, you can have when you want to do blog posts, the dates if you want to speak at a venue, announcements. There's all these different supports to get out in terms of letting your consumers know what you're going to be doing. The nice thing also is we're going to have a follow-up meeting so that as you're setting when you want to do these different steps, and if you get stuck, we'll have another meeting in September to support you with what's getting in the way. Again, if you think about how you support your calendars when they're working on your clients when they're working on a project, this is the same thing for us. It's the big picture and how we're going to break it up, how we're going to chunk it. The positive pressure of the upcoming commitment will hopefully get you started. As we always say, it is the hardest thing to get started, but once you get going, you start to get into your flow. Marketing options in terms of who are your contacts? Do you have a list of clients that you've worked with in the past, you're working with right now? Events, posting your events in calendars. There's so many different places that you can get the word out that you're going to be making a presentation. The newspapers, libraries. Very often we don't think about the benefit of our Chamber of Commerce, but they're always meeting with different businesses. Don't forget about the ACO and the CHAD ADHD Awareness Calendar. Evan, are we going to show where that is at the end?
Yeah, I believe we will.
Okay, so we'll review where that is. There's so many different forms of social media. Most of you are currently using them. Step it up a notch. Heads of PTAs, they love these types of events. They're always looking for speakers, send out announcements. Local schools, community colleges or universities, don't forget those disability centers. They're always looking for support. So often I've been told that they don't have enough resources. Well, make yourself visible. Local businesses, again, the Chamber of Commerce, the BNI. Don't forget about Eventbrite. You can set an event in there and have people sign up through that, through the form of a ticket. Offering a complimentary coaching session is a great way to draw in additional opportunity. Everybody's always looking for something free. So not only are you offering a complimentary coaching session, but you're also building your email list. So there's all kinds of different avenues for this. Go ahead, Evan. Roxanne, probably.
No, Evan, go for it.
Oh, go.
Would it,
Planning logistics. So we're here looking at, getting a structure for yourself on this. Having the date and time for event, any follow-up events, set yourself up first. As we would talk to you as coaches, we talk to our clients, coach yourself through this in a way of breaking down what this could look like. Because it could be a public library, it could be a meeting place, it could be a park, as long as you have the right documentation to be there and hold a meeting, or any kind of business. So that coming to a place or creating it yourself. I threw out there the date and time of events. It's nice to give yourself something as far as a good span of time. It's why we're starting in August. We know that a lot of people with ADHD are time blind, and you want to have enough time to shoot it out there first and start telling people that this is going to happen if you're going to develop yourself or to advertise to different companies. Early is a good mark for ourselves, because as coaches, when we do this to market our own business, we know that there is just not enough time to do it all, and something else will interrupt you. Going on to more logistics about this, we talked about fees. Public speakers aren't free, and it's a value, and people will value you. And if this is an experiment, find out. Throw a number out there for either a company to pay you or for you to ask money to attend. Now, they did a psychological experiment with puppies. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but if you, they're giving away puppies, and they found out that many people said, oh, I can't have this after a day or two. This is too hard, and they give it back. But if they charge $1, there was this burden. They felt that value. They felt they had to come. So see if you can create that positive burden, and they're going to really get a lot out of this, more than, just a small ticket price. Having people to go to a webinar, a Zoom, a meeting burner, doing it, in that way, or record it and then put it out there. You have a choice of having this totally prepped and putting together a nice package for them. Having something to give them when they leave is very important. That means that you can put your your presentation in a PowerPoint and have that all set up to go, getting your audience together and say, okay, after the meeting, I press send on my list, and, MailChimp will send this out with the attachment. Boom, they have this added value. Or you create a freemium and you say, hey, get my free ebook, and you can sign up here, and then you have a mail listing, and then you have added value there, because they're going to want something and they're going to sign up for it, versus, somebody accidentally signing up for it and not knowing who you are. Yeah. And I always have their contact information. I think that's the big thing too, is don't be shy about asking for their contact information, because people will want to give you their information in lieu of payment. And that could be just a way to gather clients and gather your list. During the event, tell your story. I mentioned this before. This is a very important part of your development, is selling what's possible. Is that you are a very aware person, so much so that you are helping others and you are of service. You don't have to sell your service to let people in on your change in life. As we did, introduce that webinar etiquette and have it interactive, have it workshop style. You don't have to just put slides up there and read from them. You can really play. There are games that you can make out of it. And people with ADHD love gamification. And you can make that learning very available to them. So see if you can steal, something from a game show and play it out. Put your spin on it. And it'll be a fun thing for them to, engage and then understand themselves at the same time. Again, requesting the names and emails, having an open form at the end, and you're selling ADHD awareness. You're not selling yourself. You don't have to feel icky about it. After event, I mentioned these before, including your PDF, your newsletter opt-in. Be that hub. You want to continue on with the value and give them that it is an endless well of information that you can. Now, you don't want to give the milk away for free. So you do say, I do this as well. I'm not just going to talk to you through email back and forth, write big letters, and you can draw your lines and boundaries there. That tells them that you take yourself seriously. And that's a nice feeling for yourself and for the client to say, hey, this is a boundary. I'm not just going to chat with them 15 minutes every week for free. You say, let's do this officially. And this is what I do, and ask them for the complimentary consultation when you get them connected. It's nice to connect. So as you see on the slide, get them involved. People want to give you feedback. So a short survey is a nice way for people to re-engage, but they feel that they are having some control and having a value themselves to what they wanted out of your presentation. And then you get to learn about yourself. This is kind of your personal Yelp review, but private. And you got some stats here, and then you get to see someone that's really interested, and you can give them something as service. You can follow up with a article for them to learn about, and then they're like, wow, this is going to be great. I love listening to them, and I love what they can do for me. Something else besides your writings and YouTube videos, team up with a colleague and introduce each other's services, make each other look great. This is an opportunity for you to also bring people in and collaborate. You're going to be amazed that somebody else has an idea or a skill set that you may not be proficient in, and that'll give you this really great effect on the screen, and it's going to make you look good and make someone else look good. Resources, Roxanne, I think you're on.
So there are a number of resources that are available, when people are first starting looking at ADHD and wondering, hey, is this part of the picture for me? There are a lot of you go onto the web, and it's like drinking out of a fire hose. So being able to share with them good information that can be of assistance to them. Obviously, the first one is ADHD, the ACO website. On the ACO website for you, not for people who are not members, but for you, there is an ADHD Awareness Month, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a little while. But there is, under the resources tab, once you sign in, there is a resources tab, and then there's something for ADHD awareness. So there's a lot of good information there. There's also on CHAD, under the Education and Advocacy tab, there is Awareness Month, and they do have a calendar. And so you can put especially CHAD-oriented presentations, like if you're the head of a CHAD chapter, or you are going to be speaking to a CHAD chapter in your area, it can be on that Awareness Month calendar, and then now it's national. People can see it, and that's another way to market this. There, for the people, letting them know. Thank you. Letting them know that under CHAD, if they look under the resources, there are some fabulous ADHD fact sheets and infographics. And so you can use them as, I know that there are certain ones that I will go to and send a link to with my own clients or somebody who contacts me, but there are some ADHD fact sheets and infographics that are really very, very well done. And you can, very trustworthy. And so that's a good thing for you to know, as well as sharing with other people, either that particular link for all the resources or just a specific fact sheet. Some of them, by the way, are also in Spanish. During the month of October, you probably are aware that ADA, the ADD.org nonprofit, also has what they call TAD Talks instead of TED Talks. They're short talks. They have one every single day. Typically, people cannot access everything on the ADA website unless they are members. But during the month of October, those TAD Talks, with various, psychologists, coaches, organizers, other people maybe talking about a specific topic for a short amount of time, and those TED Talks are available for free. So that's a great thing for you to know as a coach, so you can turn people on to a specific one. And you have to sign up for them, but then you're not going to be inundated with a lot of email from them. So you can share that with the people. And then also, as I mentioned at the beginning, there's ADHDawarenessmonth.org website. There are videos, there is some information about myths and facts. There are questions and answers. There are also, just for fun, art and story and meme submissions from the public. You as a coach can submit art and story and memes, and then there will be a drawing for valuable prizes. Don't ask me what they're going to be, because I don't know exactly yet. But ADHD Awareness Month has some great information. Recently, we've put up 2 videos, kind of a part 1 and part 2, from Dulce Torres, who has been talking about the parenting of children and also of young adults. So check it out. ADHD Awareness Month is just a font of information. This is where you might look. This is what it looks like when you sign in and you look under ADHD awareness. There are some resources there. So there's some information about planning your event. There's some information about promoting your event. And then there is also a PowerPoint presentation that has been pulled together that you can use. You need to sign at the very bottom where it says terms of use and say, yeah, I'm gonna do this properly. But basically, it is yours to take and present. It's already prepared with some resources, talking points, if you will. And you can download it, change it as you might need to, or use it just as is. And the red arrow on the left will show you exactly where it is on that page. And then this is what it looks like on the chat website. See on the right where the red arrow is, it's the ADHD events calendar. And that's where you can send it. I'll put it in the forum, who you send it to, or you can send it to me and I'll send it on to the CHAD people, so that your event that is specifically CHAD related can be put on this calendar as well. So the question, after we've been talking about all of this is, we're talking about, okay, so it's kind of scary if you've never done this before, but this is an opportunity as we approach ADHD Awareness Month to think about, okay, what could I do? As we were talking about different things, what excites you about this? And if you think, oh, I know, this sounds really fun. What's the next step? Break it down for yourself, just as you might in a coaching session with one of your clients. Think about a date that you set yourself. It might be a date for deciding what it is that you want to do, or pulling together, okay, I want to do it on October 15th or something, and then, using the excitement that you have, using your out-of-box thinking. How can you be creative? How can you have fun with this? How can you use your best thinking, have fun with it, so it's fun and a way to provide information and provide resources to the ADHD community, but then also as a lovely consequence, be able to build your business in a way that, as Evan said, it doesn't feel icky.
Thank you for listening. We're happy to be able to provide you with this presentation, and even more, we're happy that you're going to be there to spread ADHD awareness. Join us for our follow-up meeting Thursday, September 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Here we will be able to answer any questions and provide support for you. If you can't attend, please feel free to email us. Have a great day.